1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's hosted by Cuz.
Welcome back to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast. And in case you're just joining us, you're listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast with Emmy, Hikins and Trevor.
It got involved in a place behind a part of the brain called the amygdala, which has to do with fear, aggression and potential violence, which is not to say, I guess, that everybody or anybody who's unfortunate enough to have a brain tumour in that region or indeed anywhere in the brain, not to say other people would necessarily resort to some awfully violent attack on others, on one's family, because it turned out he killed his mother and his wife as well, this fellow. But it was felt, I think, at the end of it all, that it played a significant part in what happened because he had such an ordinary, normal, reasonable, intelligent life, and he got married quite young, and he loved his wife. He said in this suicide note he couldn't have asked for a better wife. So something clearly happened, and this was really what we were looking at, wasn't it? What is this thing that almost separates us from our brain? I think the quote we had was, how is it possible to be angry with ourselves? Who exactly is mad at who? You know, and it begs the question, are our brains one and the same thing as us? Is my brain actually, in other words, called me? Am I my brain? And this is quite a deep question, perhaps more than it might sound on the surface, because our brain is so much more than we could ever comprehend. And we talked about consciousness being actually a very small part of a brain's activity, a brain that is on the go, monitoring and organising and enabling us to do things 24/7, 365, 366 days a year for many, many years. In most people's cases, it's quite phenomenal what it does. And yet consciousness, our conscious self, knows really very little, if anything, of what our brain actually does do. So that's the question. Are we the same as our brain? Are we one and the same thing? I think I mentioned last week that there's a song in a group of songs by Pink Floyd some few years ago, and the whole thing was called Brain Damage. And there's a line in one of those songs which is something like, "There is someone in my head, but it's not me." Now, I don't remember the context of that in the song, but it's saying exactly what we're saying. Are we actually simply, is our consciousness what the brain is happy and prepared to serve up to us so we can deal with mundane or not mundane things in life, you know, apples, rivers, trains, human interaction, all those, anything we deal with at a conscious level. But beneath all that, there are vast mechanics of activity. So let me pose that initial question to you, Cuz. Do you think that you and your brain are one and the same thing? The person, when you say to someone, I think this, I'm going to do that, the word I, which we use a lot of the times in our lives, and me and so on, I, me, we use those words. Just what is this I that we refer to? Is it ultimately our brain, or are there sort of two parts to everybody? There's at least two kind of personalities going on. What is your opinion?
We're going to take a short break now. We're back shortly. You've been listening to the Alien Spaceship Talk Show with Trevor and Emmy Hikins.
The Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast is looking for sponsors. If you're a company out there looking to spread the word about the products and services you provide, please get in touch with Deepstuff Radio Podcast on info@deepstuffrecords.com, or to use the contact form on our website to contact us, please visit radio.deepstuffrecords.com. Also, if you're looking to get involved on the Alien Spaceship Talk Show podcast, reach out via our Deepstuff Radio Facebook page. Thank you.
into our show. It's hosted by Cuz. The leader of our gang will make the show go with a bang and fund the aim of everything Cuz does.